Hey there, in this video, I'll give a quick overview of Notion's table view, which is one of its 6 view options for databases. This is the view I always use to start my Notion pages and views because it's so easy to data dump and brain dump everything into a table like this, and then adjust the view and format later. This is a sample database from one of my Notion templates. It's just a list of books and a reading for my reading tracker. So the options available in tables are fairly limited. So if you click on layout, you can choose to show vertical lines or not. So just toggle that off, vertical lines disappear. You can choose to wrap the columns. So as you can see, all this text is wrapping right now. If I toggle that off, it will just not wrap, and the rows themselves will be narrower. And then, as with all Notion databases, you can choose to open the pages in side peek, center peek, or full page. So some other things you can do within the tables are you can change the column names. So you can change that here. You can change the icon as well. And you can rename the tabs. So right now this is just called table. You can rename that here. You can also duplicate them. So you can create multiple tabs within the same table database and like change the view and change the view of each of them separately. And what are the other options? You can have columns calculate at the bottom. So this is a column that's got numbers. So if you just hover at the bottom and click on the calculate, you can have it count all of the rows. You can have it show the minimum, maximum, range, average, add them all up, whatever you like. I'll just choose sum, and you'll see it's just like the total pages I have here in this column is 4,912. And you can also bulk edit. So if you just, click and drag to highlight a bunch of rows, and you can just keep checking them off, and then click on these 6 dots on the left. You've got some options to like edit properties and things like that. So it's handy. You don't have to do things one at a time. And of course, just make sure I don't forget anything. Yeah, you can, as with all databases, change the viewable properties. So if you click on the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, click on properties, here are all the properties in this database. All these ones with the little black eye are viewable, and we can see them right now. And these ones hidden in table at the bottom are grayed out. So you can toggle those on and off. So if I just click the eyeball, you'll see borrowed from moves to hidden, and now it's back on view. So that is your choice. And as with all databases as well, you have filter and sort options. So with sorting, you can alphabetize things or sort things ascending or descending. As you can see, I have it sorted by book name, and it's ascending. And you can choose any of the properties to sort by in the table. And then with filter, this is basically you just telling, the database what data you want to view or be included, that is, and what data you want omitted from here. And you can choose, again, any of the properties within the table to organize that way. So I'm just going to go to another database to quickly show you there. Go to the CRM tracker to quickly show you grouping within tables. So it is possible to group the info. So I'm going to go to client sessions. And you'll see there's an example here for client sessions. This tab is by client. So I have client name A, and all of client name A, A's sessions, coaching sessions are here. And then client B is below that, client E. So it's all grouped by the client name. And then on this tab, I've grouped it by month. So for April 2023, these are all my sessions for all clients. For May, here are all the sessions, and so on. So you do have the option of that to group by any of the data within the database. And just as a note, for all database views, there is always a source. You can have a source database, which is the original database created, also known as an inline database in Notion. And you can have database views, which are copies of those source databases. So we create copies of the source databases so that we can adjust and customize and format how each of them look. So you can have multiple different views and formats to display the same data from the same database in multiple different places within Notion. But again, all coming from the same original source database. In other words, changing the view or format of these database views or copies will not change how the source database looks. So that is a really great feature. of Notion in that you can create multiple views and organize data and sort it however you like in multiple different ways. It's not, it's all customizable and separate. It doesn't have to just be one database to show the same data. So back to just the reading homepage, I'll show you how to tell if a database is a source or original database or just a view or copy. So if you click on these, or actually, sorry, I'll go to the home page here because this is where I have some copies of things. So if you click on the three, this is a database view, gallery view, three dots here, and you see this source line here in the menu, that tells you that this is a view or copy of another database, because it's saying if you want to see the source and the database, the original database where this information is coming from, click here. So that is your clue. If it says source, that this view right here is a copy. Another way to tell is if you click on layout and you toggle on the database title, you'll see the database title came up here and there's a little arrow on this icon. That means, again, it is a copy or a view, not the original database. And the last way to tell, very similarly, is if you go in your left-hand menu and look at all your pages and views and things, you can see all these little icons here have arrows, the same as the database title, telling you these are copies of a source database. These ones up here, all these icons that do not have an arrow, are source or original databases or pages. So I hope that overview of tables was helpful.